Okay, business leaders, are you here to play or are you playing to win? If you're in it to win, meet your next MVP. NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is your full business management system in one convenient suite. With NetSuite, you're running your accounting, your finance, your HR, your e-commerce, and more, all from your online dashboard. Upgrade your playbook and make the switch to NetSuite, the #1 cloud ERP.
Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/tech. netsuite.com/tech.
On today's Smart 7, white smoke heralds the first American Pope, Trump and Starmer do a trade deal and much more. It's Friday 9th of May, it's Europe Day, and happy birthday, Billy Joel.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
It's been a good week for Prime Minister Keir Starmer as he closed a second major trade deal on Thursday. This one was the much-anticipated US trade deal, which President Trump seems to have rushed through as pressure mounts over his ongoing tariff war with China. He was happy to talk up the UK as a significant trading partner for America and the potential that the new deal might unlock.
I'm thrilled to announce that we have reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom, incredible country. Today is a victory day for World War II. We won the war together, so there could be no more perfect morning to reach this historic agreement, and it's beautiful weather out. I will tell you that, Keir, beautiful weather.
This is the first deal announced since Trump's Day of Liberation, and it's not clear what exactly the deal will mean, although Donald was keen to talk about US beef being sent to the UK. It is clear that for the UK, the US will slash tariffs on steel, cars and aluminium, and there were awkward scenes as Starmer, speaking on speakerphone, dialed into the Oval Office from the Land Rover factory in the West Midlands. He made sure to praise the US president and his negotiating team.
This is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs but create jobs. And as you say, Donald, the timing couldn't be more apt.
It's been a good week for the UK's economy overall, with the trade deals between the UK and India, and now the UK and the United States. With inflation relatively stable at 2.6% and with some concerns about growth figures in the wake of Donald Trump's tariff wars, the Bank of England cut interest rates again on Thursday to 4.25%. Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey hailed the trade deals and the signs of wage growth in the economy.
We expect underlying GDP growth to remain subdued in the near term before economic activity starts to pick up later this year as household spending and business investment recover, supported by a downward path for interest rates.
Chancellor Rachel Reeves was also striking a positive note, despite concerns that inflation may still rise during the summer.
It's very good news that we've had 4 interest rate cuts now in the last 10 months. I recognise, though, that families are still struggling with the cost of living crisis, and whether it is interest rates or inflation, it's so important that this government has returned stability to the economy.
After a papal conclave that lasted less than 24 hours, white smoke emerged from the chimney on the Sistine Chapel at around 5 p.m. on Thursday evening. That was the sign that the assembled cardinals had agreed on a single candidate, and it kicked off a range of traditional celebrations as bells rang out across St. Peter's Square. Just over an hour later, the new Pope, now known as Pope Leo XIV, emerged to greet the faithful. In a break with tradition, he's an American. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost is originally from Chicago and was only appointed a cardinal in 2023. America's first Pope paid tribute to Pope Francis and sent his message to the world.
We're stepping up defence spending now alongside European allies because we've got to reinforce European security. We can do that with the forces that we've got, but we've got to make them stronger for the future as well.
Thursday saw celebrations across Europe for VE Day, with President Trump somewhat confusingly posting the iconic image of American Marines raising a flag on Iwo Jima. In the UK, the occasion was marked in Westminster Abbey as King Charles led a group of 78 veterans in a 2-minute silence. In Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin was marking the occasion with a temporary ceasefire in his war on Ukraine and a grand victory parade to demonstrate the might of Russia's military. He was joined by Chinese Premier Xi Jinping, who described talks as friendly and fruitful and pledged to deepen ties with Russia. Putin was focused on trade and a deeper relationship between the two powers.
Significant mutual supplies of agricultural goods have become an important factor in maintaining food security in both countries. For our part, we are ready to expand the range of export products of the Russian agro-industrial complex to the Chinese market.
Still to come on the Smart 7. In association with Metro, a huge night for Spurs, United and Chelsea, and things get creepy in Echo Valley. Right after this.
Okay, business leaders, are you here to play or are you playing to win? If you're in it to win, meet your next MVP. NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is your full business management system in one convenient suite. With NetSuite, you're running your accounting, your finance, your HR, your e-commerce, and more, all from your online dashboard. Upgrade your playbook and make the switch to NetSuite, the #1 cloud ERP.
Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/tech. netsuite.com/tech.
Welcome back. Thursday night saw a massive night for English football as all three teams, Chelsea, Spurs and Man United, made it to their respective finals. Chelsea were facing Swedish side Djurgårdens at Stamford Bridge and won the second leg 1-0 to now face Real Betis in the Europa Conference League final. In the Europa League, Spurs were in Norway to face Bodo Glimt and won 2-0 away to finish with a 5-1 scoreline and a place in the final. Man United were at Old Trafford with a 3-0 lead in their game against Athletic Bilbao and had a huge second half to win the tie 7-1 on aggregate. So Spurs will face Man United in Bilbao on the 21st of May, and United manager Ruben Amorim, who's had an unbeaten run to the final, was sounding confident.
It's hard to describe what is to be a manager in this kind of club, and you want to give something to them because we were so disappointed during the season in Premier League. I think I talked for every player in that dressing room. We want to give something to our fans. The Disney Channel has given us many things over the years, from Hannah Montana to Camp Rock, and produced several generations of stars. Whether you're a Britney and Christina Disney era or a Jonas Brothers and Hannah Montana veteran, most of the people we met as teenagers are still walking the red carpets today. Emily Osment, whose brother Hayley has been in a bit of hot water lately, was walking the red carpet for the second season of her current show, the Young Sheldon spin-off, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. She got asked about the infamous Disney Channel Summer Games, which were nearly 20 years ago now, and which Nick Jonas famously described as Love Island on crack. Emily had quite a different take.
The Disney Channel games were like...
embarrassment and tiny green shorts. A lot of sweat, yeah, that would have been nice. I'm not even going to finish this. I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, don't miss it.
There's a new thriller on the way to Apple TV Plus that's got an all-star cast and a creepy plot. It's called Echo Valley. Julianne Moore stars as an overprotective mum who is living peacefully on her horse farm in Pennsylvania until her daughter Kate, played by Sydney Sweeney, turns up in the middle of the night covered in someone else's blood. Moore's instincts kick in and things get complicated, with Donald Gleeson making an appearance alongside Fiona Shaw and Kyle MacLachlan. It looks pretty good and it's produced by Ridley Scott. Watch out for it on Apple TV Plus in June.
You need to be completely honest with me. What happened?
I was with my boyfriend when we started arguing.
Is he okay? But it was an accident.
No.
I
hit him with a rock.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Support for this podcast and the following message is brought to you by E-Trade from Morgan Stanley. With E-Trade, you can dive into the market with easy-to-use tools, $0 commissions, and a wide range of investments. And now there's even more to love. Get access to industry-leading research and insights from Morgan Stanley to help guide your decisions. Open an account and get up to $1,000 or more with a qualifying deposit. Get started today at etrade.com. Terms and other fees apply. Investing involves risks. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. E-Trade is a business of Morgan Stanley.